This is video number 501. It's not going to stop it. It's not going to stop it. I've got up to the 500,000 mark, but it's not going to stop there. It's going to keep on going. I'm going to just post as much on YouTube as what I possibly got time to do. Really. The subject of this discussion is: when did you first fly the nest? That is, when did you first move out of your parents' home? I had my own house when I was 46 for the first time, but it wasn't my own house really. It was my mother's old house. She passed it on. She passed the retiree estate on to me in a will, and including her house. And after she died, it became mine. But as far as I was concerned, it was still even though it was my own house. It was still the house where I'd been brought up in from being a baby, and but after I'd gone through the experience of losing my mother and going to a funeral and everything, I didn't feel like moving out like moving out of there straight away. It just took time. I was 46. I was 46 when she died, and the house became mine. But I was nearly 49 before I moved out of it. And I'm actually 53 now, and I've got a friend who's a bit older than me. He's probably 54, I think. And he actually still lives in the same house that he was brought up in from birth. I think he does. He hasn't. I think he's had a few estate agents to look at it, but he hasn't. But him and his brother have got a house at sale that they rent out to people. It was the father's old house, and he passed it on to them in his will. And it generates a bit of extra income for them. My friend only works part time, but he can't claim any benefits on top of what he earns because him and his brother have got this house that they rent out to people. But I was nearly 49 before I moved into the flat where I'm living now, where I do a lot of my YouTube videos. That painting above my head, that's a familiar sight, isn't it? It was actually done by my father, because he used to attend art classes when he was younger. And that was one of the things that something that came from the old house where I used to live. But it took me until I was nearly 49 before I moved out of that house. And not everybody can afford to move house, can they, at the end of the day? Because, I mean, take my grandmother, for instance. She lived in the same house from when she was 10 to when she was 88. And I don't think she ever... I don't think she ever wanted to move out of it. And I don't think she ever wanted the expense of moving out of it. She might have not particularly liked living there, but at least it was a home. She wasn't homeless, was she? Even though she lived there for 78 years. I mean, nobody lives in the same house that long these days. I mean, she died 30 odd years ago. But people don't live in the same house as long nowadays. as what she did. But I'm glad I got out of that old house because I just had enough of the place. So like I said, if reality breeds contempt, really, doesn't it? And this discussion is, when did you first fly the nest? Well, when did you first move out of your parents' home? And just put put something in the comments below. Saying, well, what age you were when you flew the nest. Anyway, I'll be back soon with more material. Bye.